Maloney, so you'll be prosecuting the city's cases, just to confirm, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, all right, great. And Mr. Maloney, are you from the city attorney's office or what?
No, sir, I'm from the Community Development Department. I work in housing safety and nuisance abatement. So
perfect. Okay, all right. So you're definitely the right place. I was thinking you were from the city clerk's office. That's why I wasn't sure. You got the city clerk's name tag in front of you there, but you don't look like Brianna though, so we'll let that go. Mr. Chang, now, are you here to contest all the allegations in the notice of abatement, or just to say that you care of the situation?
Not really. I just want to let you know that I took care of the problem. I sold my junk car, and these are the receipt that I have.
Okay.
I sold it to pick and pull apart, and they took about 4 of my junk car, and the another Icon, this Icon Auto. He bought my collector car, so he took 4 of them.
Okay.
And
let me ask Mr. Maloney, have you been to the site recently to see what the status is of the property or what's going on there?
My most recent visit was August 21st.
Okay. Sure. Okay. So it was a while ago then.
I have, sir, Your Honor, I have picture of what I did. I cleaned the yard, cut the grass, and then I have a dumpster coming, a temporary dumpster, and I putting the trash in there. I probably need about two or three trips to empty all the trash.
Okay.
And then I kind of tarp the fence, the chain link fence, so it won't be seen.
Okay. So, all right. Well, let me go back to Mr. Maloney real quick. Mr. Maloney, so I mean, the city's not looking for any fines in here. They just want to get this property cleaned up. And if Mr. Chang has cleaned up the property, I guess this whole thing is moot at this point, isn't it? And you say you haven't been to the property for at least a month. I'm wondering, should we continue this so you get a chance to go and look and see what's been done, and then decide if any further abatement needs to be done? Or
well,
if I make the city, you know, if the city needs to prove each of these cars are junk or inoperable and so forth, we're going to be here for a couple hours doing that. And I think for all concerned, it'd be nice to avoid that if Mr. Chang has actually cleaned the property. But I would think that Mr. Maloney, you'd want to see that actually happen before terminating this hearing process. So I don't know. How did you want to proceed?
I would say the overgrown vegetation, the garbage debris, the motor vehicle repair materials that were on the lawn, if that's gone, that's wonderful. But there were upwards of 23 vehicles on the property there since about May 7th of 2019. So progress is good, but we want to make sure that it's clean to completion and not just continually delayed.
Right.
This has been ongoing since 2013.
Right. But what I was saying, I mean, Mr. Chang is saying it sounds like, I'll confirm with him, that he's taken most of the vehicles away or something. So, I mean, if everything is cleaned up, is there any point to doing this hearing, I guess is what I'm trying to get at ultimately. We don't know if it's all been cleaned up for sure at this point, but if it has been, does the city still need a ruling on this?
If all of the junk vehicles and inoperable vehicles have been removed from the property, then there's no reason to proceed. I would agree with that. And all the conditions have been taken care of. But having 4 junk vehicles removed would leave 19 remaining.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I didn't hear what Mr. Chang said about how many. So, Mr. Chang, you've only removed 4 so far. Is that correct?
No, about 8 of them total.
So there's still about 15 left then, or something, or 13 left.
I can. Most of them are gone.
Okay. All right. Well, Mr. Chang, let me ask you on pages 8 and 9 of the abatement order. Do you have the abatement order in front of you?
8 and 9?
Yeah, there's a chart that lists all the vehicles that are on your property.
Yeah.
Do you disagree with any of those? The city claims that every single one of those vehicles listed, all 23, are either inoperable or junk vehicles. Do you disagree with that determination?
I don't disagree, but I just cannot find them. You know, some of them are not on the list, that I cannot identify them, but they are being taken away. Some of them belong to the tenants, and okay. I have asked him to get rid of those, and he has get rid of them, but
So Mr. Chang, so let me put you under oath here real quick, so that because it looks like we're getting real testimony here. Can you raise your right hand, Mr. Chang? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, nothing but the truth in this proceeding?
Yes.
Okay, great. And so now, Mr. Chang, do you then are you saying then you don't contest the list of 23 vehicles? You agree that if they're on your property, they constitute junk or inoperable vehicles?
Yeah, that's why I'm removing them. I remove those that's junk, inoperable, but they are the one that I have are operable. You know, they just need to be. Some of them need a wiper, motor fix. You know. Okay.
And now the city is also saying there's trash and weeds and that kind of thing. Do you disagree with those determinations?
No, I don't disagree. I took care of the trash. I have brought some to the dumpster, and then now I have a temporary dumpster at the house, so I can keep on putting trash in there, and they'll pick it up. They're scheduled to pick it up Monday. This coming Monday. Then I'll fill it up again, and So I kind of think I need about 2 or 3 more times for them to empty it.
Okay.
I'm taking care of the trash, and I show you I cut the grass, the weed. You know, I really clean it up.
Okay. All right. And the notice in order also says there's graffiti on your property, that some buildings have been.
Oh, I covered those.
You covered all that up? You painted over it?
I paint over it.
It's all gone? Okay.
Yeah, it's covered. I plan to paint the whole house again this coming summer.
Okay.
Probably need a paint job, but right now I just cover it.
Okay. Mr. Maloney, is there anything I'm missing here from the notice and order that Mr. Chang needs to say he agrees with or doesn't agree with?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Chang, is there anything in this notice and order that you disagree with, that you're contesting?
Not really.
No? Okay. All right. So I'll be issuing a decision that those conditions exist, and they need to be cleaned up within a certain amount of days. Mr. Maloney, how many days would you like to? I mean, according to Mr. Chang, there's still some outstanding work that needs to be done, and he's working on it. How much time is the city willing to give him to get that done?
I believe 60 days would be a reasonable target, seeing as he's already completed a number of articles in the abatement order.
Okay. And Mr. Chang, would that work for you, 60 days to get everything finished, to get all those vehicles off the property, to get all the trash off the property, to deal with the overgrown weeds and everything else? Is 60 days enough?
Yeah, that would work.
Okay. All right. So do any of the parties have any objections then with me issuing a decision that the notice and order is sustained, which means that all the allegations are taken as true and correct, and that Mr. Chang has 60 days to abate any remaining violations? Does anyone have any problem with that? Okay, I don't hear any, so that's what I'll do. Is there anything else we need to address on this one today?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, Mr. Chang, thank you for cooperating. And as I say, you have 60 days there. If you're running any obstacles, be sure to contact Mr. Maloney to work them out. And
okay.
It's important you get it done, because if you don't get that work done in 60 days, the city can then go to court and get a court order and go on your property and fix it themselves. at your expense, and they can put a lien on your property to get that done.
Okay.
So you assume the responsibility of doing that yourself, and you really need to do it at this point, because otherwise the city will forcibly do it, basically, and you don't want that.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing
Okay.
it. I'll get it done.
Okay. Wonderful. All right. Anything else from anybody, or? All right. Well, Mr. Chang, again, thank you for working on this. This has made it a lot easier for everybody, including, most importantly, yourself, I think. And we're adjourned for today. So I'll have a great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Oh, Mr. Maloney, did you have this hearing recorded, by the way?
Come again?
Did you have this hearing recorded on the Zoom app?
Ms. Shoemaker is recording the meeting.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, thank you. All right. Well, again, we're adjourned for today. Thank you.
Thank you very much.